Our Italian road trip continues as we spend the next 3 days touring Tuscany, checking out wineries, medieval small towns, the incredible rolling hills, meeting wonderful people, and of course, taking a pasta cooking class. There's honestly nothing like the rolling hills and the roads through Tuscany. We are continuing our Italian road trip and have stopped now in Modena. We're gonna walk around, maybe grab a snack, grab some lunch, and see what the city has to offer. We just grabbed lunch in the market. Chris and I both got something that was called a Modena burger, and it would not be exactly what you would say a burger would taste like in the US. It kind of tasted like a cross between ground meat and sausage.
Yeah, and it was pretty raw, so it must have been fresh meat, so no bacteria on it, so it was still good in its own way.
Yeah, just totally different, and also had balsamic vinegar on it, but we're gonna wander around, hopefully get an espresso because this mama is tired, and head back on the road.
All right.
Modena is actually the birthplace of Ferrari and the originator of balsamic vinegar. And these cute little streets with all the different colored buildings you could definitely get lost in, and we're passing a square right now that has a carousel. We just parked at the Agriturismo we are staying in Tuscany, and we had to park, and then they were going to text us the passcode, so we just got it. We're going to go inside. As soon as you walk in, it is the kitchen. There's a dining room, nice area to sit and relax. I love the ceilings. This is so cute. Look at that view. Now this one we found on Airbnb. It has 2 bedrooms, and they even have a crib and a high chair for the little guy. This room also has 2 full baths, which will be perfect for us, so that Chris and I and the little guy and my parents each get our own bathroom. Make mornings very easy. So this evening we are actually going to be doing a cooking class with the hosts of this Airbnb. It's her daughter and her son-in-law. So we are back in the room. We actually stopped at the co-op to grab a couple things for breakfast and for snacks, and they let us know they'll be here any minute. We have no idea what we're cooking yet, but we know that they're bringing food and wine and gonna give us a little class and enjoy everything right in our room. So.
Time to cook.
From the moment these two stepped into the apartment, they just gave off such hug energy. They were an absolute joy to be around and to learn from. It was almost like learning from family. The wine was flowing, everybody was laughing and having a good time, and it was an incredible moment in memory for our family.
With his hands? Yeah. Because after you mix the soap with the pasta, it's not.
We just found out we get to make tiramisu.
What do you see?
I gotta recover.
Molto bene.
I don't know. I think.
This was perfect. It was so stinking cute. The couple is adorable. Like, you can tell my mom's in her element too.
I thought it was so much fun. We love cooking classes in general, something we've always done when we travel. And this one was even better with the baby. It was in our apartment. And yeah, we'll see how everything tastes. See if we did a good job.
So good.
Forse mi è venuta un po'.
It's amazing.
With the hands. With the hands. Yeah!
Grazie.
Was this like scarpetta?
Scarpetta.
You're a beautiful family. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So wonderful meeting you.
That was the most amazing experience.
Oh.
Our family is honestly over the moon and just so surprised at how sweet and endearing that couple was. And we definitely just made some memories that will
I
last a
see. You see
lifetime.
the gnomes now.
We just had a great experience right there. I think Katie summed it up perfectly. Some memories will last
Okay,
forever.
we're all here.
You can tell them it brought tears to some of the ladies' eyes. So it was amazing.
What a phenomenal place to be waking up to. We are going to be spending the day driving all through Tuscany, going to San Gimignano, Monteriggioni, and we even have a reservation at a winery for later this afternoon. And I still can't get over last night. We just have been talking about it all morning, and wait until you see this view. All right, so we just parked and are walking up the hill to go into San Gimignano. And if you are coming here and want to park in P1, you're gonna take the last roundabout before the city, take the third exit, not the one that it tells you because there's no entrance up there, and then keep going and you'll see a sign for P1 and an area to grab a ticket. So that is at least the largest parking lot that we've seen. We think there is one closer, but we couldn't really see how to get there on the map. But I'm very excited. This is one of the things I was looking forward to the most. So we're just about to the entrance, and it took about 5 to 7 minutes walk, but that was also with a stroller, so super easy. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. It looks like a movie set. This is amazing. So we are walking around San Gimignano. There are so many markets just in all of the squares and shops on all of the roads. I guess I just didn't really expect this to be like a big shopping town. But if you want to stroll, walk through shops and check everything out, this is definitely a good stop. And I think I'm gonna get some treats. We are standing in front of the Duomo right now, and there's a giant tower right above us, and there actually used to be over 70 towers, but there's only 14 that remain. These were actually built by families that were wealthy and to show power. We're just leaving San Gimignano, and it was getting really busy. It's about 12:30 now, and it felt like the crowds became tenfold, like at 11:30 noonish. So if you're going, definitely go early. Also, parking when we got there, super easy. Parking to leave was insane. That was like a 17-point turn. I should have filmed it. That was so tight, we literally almost thought we were gonna be stuck there. But we are on the way to Montereggioni.
Okay, so we just parked at Montereggioni. Sorry, I almost forgot the name. They all kind of blend together after that parking excursion that Katie just mentioned. I mean, I probably bumped the first car a little bit, but love tap is never a bad thing, right?
So we are learning that blue paint means that it is a paid spot, and white means that they are free parking spots.
Yeah, that's good to know. It's simple. It's been pretty much everywhere from the Dolomites to Tuscany right now, so let's see. We got free parking here. There's like maybe 20 spots that are free. Someone just pulled out. I pulled right in. So hopefully we have a better situation here. And we'll see as much as we can here in the next 20 minutes. So let's speed run through this. So we walked in and seen you can walk on top of the castle wall. So we split up. Katie's gonna conquer the bottom side. So it's just a couple steps up the stairs. You can see this beautiful view.
Monteriggioni is a walled medieval city built in the 13th century to defend from the Florentine attacks. We were able to walk on just a short section up here, and then Chris and my dad walked on another one so you can see the view of Tuscany. Picked up gelato. I got a tiramisu.
I got pistachio again.
That's good.
They got some fields there.
We are on a back road on the way to a winery, and those goats would not move an inch. They had no fear of a car, but we made it through safely. No goats were harmed in the making of this video.
We are in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by this beautiful forest. Now, this is a little zoom on the Tuscany region, and here we got two stones. These stones right here is representing the most beautiful city in the world, which is Firenze, as you understood. I consider myself from Florence. Then this is the other city, Siena. It doesn't really matter. I'm joking. Anyway, this little teeny tiny area, which is in between the two cities, is considered Chianti Classico area. Amount of pressure we were adding in the past with the fit. Obviously, we do not use any refit. It's not much heavier the nose, much heavier the bouquet. Because what is the difference? When you do the champagne,
They come first or they come first?
It's dry. I was kind of shocked. It's really good though.
at the same time, what can I pair with this wine? Well, depending on the season, everything. In the summertime, a very heavy fat fish. In the wintertime,
No.
First one's better.
Real. I don't want to drink a red wine. I want to drink something like this, but it needs to have body alcohol. Same things for sushi. Okay, if I'm having sushi now. Because my friend, they wouldn't bring problem. Gewürztraminer doesn't have acidity. Has the acidity under the shoe. It doesn't have it.
What do you think?
I want to
Not
have
you.
something that has enough acidity to cut the fatto buonissimi. Got my
Like the Persian best.
We produce 1,400, 1,500 bottles a year. And actually, I'll tell you a funny story about this. This wine is the result hours under the rain, and we had to bottle
Quite good.
by
I like
hand
rosé.
because the machine doesn't close the vino lock, which is the sign of the time. This next, approach the nose. We go from one nostril to the other. You will feel this intensity. It's dark fruit. Big dark fruit. You got it by the acidity. So at the first sip, you will have this bite of the tannins, but then the acidity will clean up your palate. Now enjoy. I want to bring now a 2013 Gran Selezione 12 years old one. Beautiful.
It's
What was it?
Kia, this one was Chianti Classico. I typically like red wine. I don't know that I like this though.
But it's what, 12 years old? So maybe you just don't have the acquired taste yet.
Ah, yes, my taste is more like under
$7 bottles of wine.
Beautiful talent here, guys. It's a talent that was navigated by the time, so passage of oxygen inside the wine. It was evolving very slowly. That beautiful, massive freshness. Beautiful.
Muskiness, yes. Yes, I would say muskiness is right. All the other things he said, I don't know what he said. Oh, I'm sorry.
Why is that so funny?
Massive tannin, but very round, great freshness that will invite you to see. This is crazy dangerous. This glasses you're seeing it messing up my hands over the thing.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, this is the dance at top of the table one.
So we just finished the wine tasting. We actually only paid for 3 when we booked online and ended up giving 7, I think. But the last one we had actually put our camera away and it was grappa, which is essentially tasted like whiskey. I don't mind whiskey. It's not my favorite thing, but this one I could only touch my lips and that was enough for me. But Dad, how did you describe it?
Well, they called it a wine, but they served it in a glass. And it seemed like, I'm not a whiskey drinker, but it gave you that sinus rush that you would get from a whiskey. And yeah, that stuff was strong. I'd like to know what the proof was. We'll look it up later.
There you go. Good morning from Siena. Today is the last day of our Italian road trip. From here on out, we will be on trains or transfers. And I just had the cutest barista make me a soy cappuccino. And he taught me how to say it, cappuccino de soya. And we're walking over to the Duomo.
In Italy, it is respectful to cover your shoulders, and have knee-length outfits on when you're going to religious places.
All right, the ticket office is on the left side of the Duomo and costs €5 per person. We are inside the Duomo in Siena. The black and white marble you see behind me represents their civic colors, and the building is actually known to be one of Italy's greatest examples of Gothic architecture. It is absolutely stunning, and the ceiling is covered with all of these little gold stars that they look 3D. I don't know if they're metal, but on like a navy background, it looks like the night sky. Also, in Siena, I'm pretty sure that everything is considered a road. Like, even standing in front of the Duomo, there were cars coming past, and I don't know if there's a way to tell if it's just pedestrian, but we've seen cars pretty much everywhere. We're currently walking around the Piazza del Campo, which is one of their medieval squares. It's what they're most known for in Siena, but twice a year they actually hold a bareback horse race through one of the town squares between the districts, but I'm not exactly sure what square it is yet. We stopped and had a little snack at a cafe gelateria. I thought I was ordering an affogato, and it definitely came out more as a parfait. This is not what I wanted. I messed up. And I immediately panicked because that's just the person that I am. And we're going straight. and it was really good. And I shouldn't have panicked. I think that's just kind of part of what travel is. And then you have an idea in your head of one thing, and when it's not that, it's kind of hard to adjust. But we are headed, look, here comes a car. We're headed back to the car so we can head on over to a winery reservation that we have at 1 p.m. And then after that, we are going to be headed to Montepulciano. Today is May Day, and there's supposed to be a festival in Montepulciano if we can get in and get parking. So, weather-wise though, it is going to be 76 degrees outside. It's right about 12 now, and I would say it is pretty warm. I am definitely comfortable in a tank top and a skirt, so just so you know, for packing wise, if you plan to come in May. So if you're coming to Siena and you're driving, I definitely suggest checking out the Il Campo garage. There was multiple levels, lots of spots, and you are pretty close to town. We just got to our wine tasting in Montepulciano, and they have us set up at this little outdoor gazebo. They brought a chair for the little guy. They let us know that they are on their 7th generation of winemakers. They both live here and work here. It's all local grapes. Everything was started by their grandfathers, and it is stunning. They have a little dog, I'll show you in a second, named Bobo, that came up and kind of greeted us, and our little man is absolutely obsessed. But they have cats and dogs and horses, and it's so cute. But we're gonna get appetizers with all of our wine tastings. They said they also have a chef on hand if we'd like to order anything else.
Fiola is one salami with fenugreek inside.
Salud.
They have their own olive oil and breads and cheeses and fresh marmalade, and we're just sitting because the weather is absolutely perfect. It smells so good.
No wine for you.
So they have a private chef here and that prepares a little something different every day. And they let us know that today that there was fresh pasta with a boar bolognese, and asked us if we wanted to have some of that along our aperitif with our wine tasting. And of course, we said yes.
It's so beautiful.
And it is so good. It came out with rosemary and pansies on
You're
it.
gonna get one for Mama. Get a flower for Mama.
I had to take a bite before I took pictures of it, so.
Oh, well, no.
Delicious.
Yeah, yesterday's guy was like a sales pitch, and this is like, you don't have to sell it.
It doesn't need sold.
It's fantastic. Fantastic environment, conditions. It was interesting though. I enjoyed the chat.
We just finished our pasta, and we are definitely learning that the family-run, more personal experiences are much more our vibe and our speed. This was just wonderful, and honestly, a fantastic surprise, and just kind of relaxing. We're all just enjoying. Their daughter came out and brought the little guy a coloring book and colored pencils. It was very cute. Yeah, it's definitely middle of the road. It's really good though. It's really refreshing and smooth. So we were just discussing how much it would be to ship bottles back to the US, because how wonderful of an experience this was to just be able to bring out a bottle when we were all together and kind of reminisce about this moment. And my mom and I were just talking about how perfect it was, and I don't know that I've ever cried as much on a trip as I have on this one. It's just making beautiful memories, and we're gonna get 2 bottles to share and relax together and
just enjoy each other's company. On our next stop, we'll be in Florence, and then we'll be in Sorrento for several days, so it'll be great. I just feel so blessed to share this experience with my parents, my husband, and our son, and it's beautiful. We were driving down the road and we saw the sign for Palazzo Massaini and had to take a picture. It is just the quintessential Valdorcia view with the cypress trees, and as you can see, there's a lot of people that felt the exact same way, but it was super easy, nice pull off, and everybody took turns, so everybody must have went to preschool.
So we finished up the Valdorcia drive. There were some beautiful sights along the way. We stopped at a few, pulled over, and checked them out. Took a few photos. They'll be right here. And we're just continuing on. We took a quick break, went home, fed the little guy, and now we stopped by a small town near our Airbnb. This has to be maybe 3 streets, maybe 4 parking lots total, but we're gonna check it out for a quick dinner before our last night in Tuscany. So let's see how it turns out. It's always good to find like little random stops you weren't expecting. So
we're sitting in the Piazza of Barberino. We got 2 pizzas and a focaccia, which the focaccia kind of looks like pizza too. But one has a date confit and honey and mozzarella, and the other one is more of a bacon and parmesan. And then our focaccia is a cacio e pepe. And everything's really good. We took pictures, but we did not take a video before we started diving in. So there's only a couple pieces left. And little man is also diving in too.
how did you choose this place?
So there's one road that seems like the main road in Barberino, and there's 3 restaurants back to back, and then like another sort of restaurant down the road, and this one had the most people at it, so we figured, why not, let's try it. And when we sat down, we found out that they only had pizza, which, I mean, you're in Italy, eat pizza. So but we did find out that there are 2 other restaurants kind of down the road that have a view of Tuscany, so we did walk down and look at the view.
Cool.
Yeah. Enjoying some pizza.
So we just finished up the dinner. The pizzeria was delicious. The pizza was actually really good. Everything was pretty unique there. A lot of different flavors, but we're walking through this small town at night and it's so empty, but the walls you can see behind us are small. It's walking paths only, and it's kind of nice being in like a town like this where we were so busy in San Gimignano and all the other places, and now we're here.
Totally by ourselves. I literally feel like we're walking through a movie set. And this was not something that was on our list at all. We were actually like at the Airbnb packing, and we're like, you know what, this is our last night in Tuscany, like let's go out and do something. And this just happened to be the town that was closest.
Yeah, and it ended up being almost perfect, picture perfect. There was a hillside you can look at, and everything you want out of a Tuscany scenery. So that would be it for Tuscany.
So I hope that you guys like, subscribe, and follow along for more of our Italian adventures. Ciao!
Ciao!